Hi, if you have not watched previous two videos, please try to watch previous two videos which is there in the same playlist. In that videos I have covered about simple Java class, how to write in the notepad and compile it and how to get a class file, and one more is how to start your simple Java program using Eclipse that I have covered. In the future, in this video, you're going to watch one Java program implementation, and I have taken some of the examples from the chat GPT. Those programs also I have explained, and also I have given some of the assignments to the students that I kept in the description box. You can programs from the document, and from there you can practice. And if you feel this video is helping you, you have written about how to write a class and how to write a variable and all. You have seen that. Okay, you are able to print it out, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now suppose if I wanted to have one more variable, what you do? Suppose now age is there, asset is there, and I want to have one more variable. What do you have to do? Can you please tell me what should I need to do? I want to have one more variable for this class. So where I need to declare, I have to declare here, and I
Yeah.
am going to specify gender. Okay, as I have given a semicolon there. Okay, and so here I
Yeah.
am coming here. So as soon as I create a gender, what it does, so if I say this is an object, it is going to keep as a variable here. What is a variable? Variable is a part of the memory. That is what you learned in the computer science starting class. So this
Yeah.
is the gender variable. So in this object, it is created on variable there. Instance variable, that is the instance. Now I can invoke. How can I invoke?
S1 dot
So yes,
gender.
s1 dot gender, I can say that. So I mentioned that s1 dot gender I mentioned here. So what I'm doing, I'm gender male, I'm mentioning here, and system dot println is there, and I'm mentioning here s1 dot gender is there. I'm getting here. And now what I'm going to do, I want to execute here. I pressed this control F11, I pressed it. Control F11, here is a control is there, F11 is there. Okay, start using shortcut keys also. Okay, control F11, I typed control F11. Control 11, I typed it. So if you're using a Dell computer, you have to use a control and function key, and you have to. So when you type it, then it is going to give the output. Now I got this variables declaration, and I am printing here. In the real time, nobody uses like the same object creation and immediately variable installation. Nobody will do that. So sir,
Yeah.
how do you do it? So every time the same student is not going to join in our automation, right?
Yeah.
Our automation. So there will be a concept called a constructor is there. So what is a constructor? Constructor is nothing but it is an okay. Constructor is nothing but okay. It is there are some set of the rules are there. Constructor basically helps us to create an object. Constructor it will create as an object. So constructor what it does, it is going to create an object. Object what it does, it holds it is an object. What it does for the one student, if you wanted to store some values, S1 is there, name is there, SID is there, age is there, like this. You have created an object, and with this object, you are going to store in values, correct? For this one student, if you want to store, you stored is n like this, you have created an object and you stored this thing, correct?
Yeah.
So now I use it as a default constructor. See, this is the default connector I used it. So how I did, few minutes back I ran this one constructor, and
Mm.
when I Java P, that time I have shown you internally there is a constructor is there like this I have shown you. Sir, how you are saying the constructor, you may be asking me. So constructor will not be having any return type. See, constructor will not be having any return type. Point number one. As I said, some rules you need to write in the book and by heart it.
Yeah.
Any return type, no arguments also. And that is what it is. Constructed, two kinds of constructors are there. If you see in my picture, Java type.
Yeah. Parameters
Yeah,
constructors.
parameterized constructor and default constructor is there. Default constructor will not be having any argument. In the parameterized constructor will be having arguments. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm coming back here, and in the default constructor will be having. So this is the default constructor. It is not having any arguments. So that is what it is doing. A constructor that have no parameter is known as a default constructor. I want you to write a small, open a book and whenever you get a time and write the statements one by one. Whenever you get a time, please repeat that, try to read the statements again. And repetition only will helps you to remember the things. That is what I gone through some of the videos. Okay, and I found that information. So next is if there is no default constructor in the class, if there is no, suppose I am writing a class, okay, I didn't write here any constructor, I didn't define. But when I run this class, so when I run this class, internally it is going to create a constructor, default constructor is going to create it. And that is one point. And so when you create a class and you write it, compile it, internally it is going to create a default constructor like this. And what is the purpose of default constructor? Default constructor provides the default values for to the objects. So when I declared something, okay, here is a name is there. Now let's assume that and defining a number. Okay, int is there. Int is always this thing. So I mentioned is a number, and age also it's going to be integer, and age and gender. Both things I mentioned as a strings and all. Gender is going to string and other things is I mentioned here. So now when you do this thing and it is saying that, okay, and gender and SID. Two variables are there. Now, if you see since I use Eclipse environment, it is giving a automatic compilation and giving it is giving me errors and all. Now, auto compilation is going to happen. That's what I'm to say. Now, if I print this thing, age, that time it is going to show me age as a 00 like this is going to show me that. Okay, I'm printing a control F11 and control SID and it is showing me. Now I ran this code and it is showing me some error. So how to read this error? Okay, and in case you are writing a code, how to debug also I'm going to show you now. Use the Eclipse, Google, ChatGPT, how to solve this problem I was going to show. So now I got this thing, and number one is if you see here, it is saying that at sale student admin at line number 13, I have a problem. See? Okay, and like this, I can figure it out. Now, so you have to see line number SID, what is there and all. So here is a small letter, is there? It is a capital letter.
Yeah.
And since it is there, okay, it is showing me. And so it is saying that can I create a SID capital variable? And okay, create a SID in the type of student like this. So I know this is the issue. It is a capital letter and all. Okay, now I'm going to compile this code and I'm running this code and it is saying me for the integer I got age I got 0 and SID I got 0 and other things I got one null like that. Okay. Now And now what I am doing here. So I want to have, this is the way I defined. Now let me go back and so this is the way it defined the parameterized constructor, and now is the one hour is the parameterized constructor. So in this constructor, I am not passing any variables in this thing, and let me define. So I said I have a constructor here, and the parameterized constructor is that when you are creating an object, that time you can pass what are the arguments you want for that object, you can define and you can create it. Okay, now I'm writing here, and so now I want to create an object with the variables called as this thing. So I'm making here. You may be thinking, sir, why I'm learning this constructor? You may be thinking. So I wanted to show you that why you are learning the constructors concept. Why you need to remember these topics and all. So if you see my API, this is my API. See here, this is my identity class, and if I come here, it is saying the constructor, see.
Yeah.
So if I want to create, if something, if I given you, if you know the syntax, you know, by this time you can create a constructor identity, and you can create here identity, I is equal new identity like this, you can create it. Okay. And like this, you can add, there is something jar files is required. If you add it, you can create an object.
Hmm.
So that is also class. That is the reason you are able to create an object. So now, sir, why I need to create, why I need to learn other constructor means, so this guy has given, okay, this that class having only that constructor, and if you see some other constructor, it will having a multiple arguments constructor also. So if I see here, these are all different classes. So these are all different classes, and if you see here.
So it is, we are not using classes in SailPoint, right? We are only using the methods and all.
Oh yes, yes, we are only going to use methods constructors only. But internally, these classes has been developed by SailPoint. They given API for us.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Now, sir, I don't understand. If you ask me, I'll say that you want to. Okay. I think you got the point. I'm not going to stress there. And basic class, I'm not. Now this is my okay plan. One class SailPoint has given. Okay, that is there, and where I have found it. If you ask me, identityIQ.jar file is there, na?
Mm.
If you that jar file contains all the classes, you
Yeah.
can extract it and you can open and see that also.
Mm.
Now I opened all the things. Okay, see this thing. This is the constructor. Whatever the class name is, the same class name is there, and if you see, this is having arguments. See, this guy having arguments, and this guy having argument. So it means that if I want to create a class with the project plan, I can pass these values and create a object. So now I am going to talk about how do you create a parameterized constructor. Okay, that I have shown you why you are going to learn this concept. Why you need to press more attention towards the construct creation that I am talking now. Okay, now I got a student here. Now, so if I create a student class, so without having any variables, I am getting declaring and I am getting this kind of values, correct? So now what I am going to do here, so this thing is there, and so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to uh, define one parameterized constructor. So parameterized constructor, how it is there, and those things I'm talking about. A parameterized constructor. A constructor that have a parameter is known as a parameterized constructor. And why we use a parameterized constructor means parameterized constructor is used to provide a different values to distinct to the object. Whenever you are creating an object is a student here. Each student, for if you want it, you will be having a different values, correct? Suppose you are doing a project for the one school. each student will have one employee, student ID, name, gender, and fees, class, like that, right? So we will not hard. So whenever you are creating a new student object, you need to have the different values and all, correct? So that is what we are going to do now. So so what is the structure of the parameterized constructor? I'm going to have the constructor. Whatever the class name is, the same class will be there. Whatever the class, the same name as a constructor, point number one. And whatever the arguments you wanted to use, that arguments you are going to paste it. Now I want to have here is a student name and gender and age and SID I mentioned here. And internally I am having a variables. Okay, name is equal. This student, this is related to the object. N is equal to, and the age is equal to A, and gender is G, and SID is equal to S. Okay, and this is the way I create an object. This is name is equal to age is equal to gender is equal to SID is there. Okay, now I create an object here. I have 4 arguments are there, and here I am creating an object here. So now I need to, with the 4 arguments is there, that is the reason I need to define a construct with the 4 arguments. Okay, one is name, whatever the values I am wanted to pass that name. So now I am creating an object for Kamali. Okay, and the name is, this value is going for the name, and this value is second value I wanted to send it for the gender. Gender is female, and the age is I want to send for the age. Age is going to be 16 years, and SID is employee student ID 001. So this is the, when you call this thing, it is going to create an object in the memory. That is one thing. So now how I'm going to execute this code. Before executing, I'm giving a statement. I'm giving explanation to you. With that explanation, I'm going to walk through the code, how it is happening and all. This is the crucial class for you to understand. So now I said this, always Java program is going to start from public static void main method. That's what I said, correct? So when I run this thing, this the line, it is going to get executed. Always I said Java program is going to start from public static void main method, point number one, I said. And this is the method, when I run this thing, it is going to call from here. And once this line is executed, it is going to come and execute this line. So student S is equal new student. When you call this thing, what exactly it is going to happen? This guy, okay, student like this thing, what is going to happen? It is going to check this in this class, entire class, anything having the same kind of signature having it and all, it is going to verify in the Java class. Anything contains as a student constructor, it is going to check entire in this class. If it is found, then this value is going to set here, and this value is going to set here, and this value is going to set here, and after that I have variables here, name, gender, like this, and those values is going to assign here. Okay, and after that it is going to print. So now, okay, I want things to be picturized in your mind. So that's the reason what I'm doing. So when you are calling here, this line is going to get executed, and I have an object here. S1 is equal name, and S1 is equal to SID, is like this, it is defined here. Okay, and after that what I'm doing, I'm setting a values here. So as soon as I set a values, and in this method I'm passing the values. Okay, what is that? Kamali. Okay, in shortcut I'm writing Kamali, whatever the age, and all the things I'm sending here. Okay, female, SAD. So now what is does, this guy is going to attach to this object, and when you call this line, that time this construct is going to get executed. So this theory don't want.
Sir, I lost your voice.
I'm typing here. After that, I'm typing control space where I'm getting here. I'm pressing constructor.
But in SailPoint, we are not using that main method, right?
Correct, correct. Actually, we'll rub the thing. By the time we are going to remove this thing. But you need to understand how the object is there. What is the object? What is the method? How you are calling? That is what you are going to learn here. Okay. First few days you are going to use this thing and you'll understanding the same thing you are going to apply there. If I talk about object is there, how you are invoking the things, if you ask me, you'll not able to understand. That's the reason I am showing you how you are going to create an object and all.
Okay.
So is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I create an object here and see S1 is there. And if you observe here and I call this thing and it went here. So I said it is going to go here. See, this constructor went here. Constructor has a print here. And it came here and it is assigned here. Once it is assigned means it's going to assign like this. Values and all. And I have an object reference. S1 is there. So that is the reason what I mean. S1 name, S1 SID is and all I am able to print here. Now, some people will have a doubt. Show me, sir, some more things, and I am keeping as a bookmark here. And I went here and the debug I'm doing here. And this is one kind of approach. Okay, this is the debugger. So see, and now what I'm doing here. And debug means when you are running the code and it's going to go there and it will show you. Okay, now what I'm doing here. So it went here. It is called here. To printing here. So it is printing here. So after that, what is doing? It is going to go over. It came here, see, and it is printing one by one line. So now what is that? This is the way it is going to get executed. How the object is invoking that you learn here. Okay. Now this is the way program is going to get executed and all. Okay. Now what I am going to do, and this is the way program going to execute. Now I am coming back here. And okay, I got executed. And see here, debug is that right side, there is a bug scene is there, symbol is there, and I have a Java is there, and I click done here. Okay, and so this is the way I executed things and all. I'm able to print all the things. So I ran this code, and now I wanted you to write a couple of classes. How we are going to write, okay? And I want tomorrow's class, and I'll be giving this class. And in your things, you create some other class, okay? And student, I created a student class. You can create employee class. Create 3 members and create a constructor. like this constructor and invoke it. Okay, and I'm giving a I'm giving a prompt which will help you to give some give me view basic Java practice questions, concepts using class constructor creation constructor, and I didn't talk anything, only constructors, and give me very basic level. Okay. Now what is saying that you create a class. Don't look at the answer. Create a class, and it is having a brand model as instance variable, and add a constructor, initialize them. Okay, initialize them and display. Initialize them, and a method to display the values. What are the values you display? Whatever the object you have printed, that you need to print. Okay, the things there. And so I am going to talk about one variable here. Okay, that is the class I mentioned here, and this is my student class I mentioned here. And what I did, I have adjoined here, and I printed here directly. Okay, here in this class itself I printed here. So instead of that, what I am going to do, I am going to method here. Okay, and for that, what I am going to do, what is the syntax of the method? And syntax method will have a return type, and I am mentioning the display method. I am mentioning the display mention. And these rules, if you want, you can go and like it's normal rule only. Always name should be there. The return type is there. Now I mentioning is a void. It means that this method is never written anything. As you are a computer student, you definitely know that what is the method, what is the function. Definitely you have gone through that. I am not going to stress on that. My programming skills, I want to teach more. So now I create an object here. Now I have created an object here, and this is the object here, and I wanted to teach for as a basic level. Okay. So I have created an object here. So what I am doing here, so what exactly it is going to happen when you create an object, okay, and now let me print. I'm printing this thing, and okay. I am going to introduce about what is this method and all. First of all, what I want to call this method. I have written a method here. So method rules are there, method will be there. Method will not have any return type and will have starting brace, ending brace, and you can pass arguments also. Right now I'm not passing any arguments. So I want to invoke this method. How I can do? I can do s1 dot and the display is there. I'm clicking on this thing. As soon as you call this thing, I'm going to invoke this method. As soon as I call, I'm going to call this method. Now, how do I do that? This is the way you have to use this instance variable. And with this instance variable, you are going to call this method. So what exactly internally it is happen? Okay. And when you create an object, so in this class, what are the methods? Whatever the constructors are there, that blueprint it is going to create internally. So variables, if you have 4 variables, means 4 variables will be there. For each class, we'll be having one kind of blueprint in internal memory, one display method, and we'll have a constructors also. So now what I'm doing, s1 dot variable s1 like this I have defined, and now I can call this s1 if I want to invoke this thing, s1 dot display. I'm going to click on it. So I'm printing here, and what exactly happened? I came here, and you have seen that I have written a constructor here. In this constructor, I am passing variables, and a Kamali is going to store in this place, this variable. Female is going to store in the this variable. 16 is going to store in the A, and 01 is going to store in this. And I have a variables here, okay, and I'm passing this thing. Name is equal to, like this. I am printing, and it is assigning here. And whatever I assigned, that values if I want to print, I'm going to use the display method. So now what I'm executing this code. Now I got this variables, whatever it is stored in this variable, and s1 dot I used s1, and the constructor I used it, and I'm setting the values, that values I'm printing here. Okay, and this is the things what I did. I have defined here is one variable. Okay, now what I do, so you write this code and practice it. After that, I wanted to give exercises to you. Okay, and one point I want to talk. Are you comfortable now as of now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then good. So I want to talk more. One more thing is that now I mentioned is a n, and here is the whatever the instance variable is that same variable I used it. Some people what is they know they will keep here also same variable name, and but what they do, and this is gender, right? In
Dot.
that case, what they are going to do, they are going to specify. I'm going to finish the class. Few seconds. 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes. SID is there. Now in this case, what they are going to do, to refer this variable is relating to this class, they are going to specify that this variable. This value is going to, this keyword is going to tell to the computer, hey, this variable is related to this object. This object, what are the object it is created, that object and all it is going to show. And now I'm coming here. Defined here. Now what I am executing here. And Kamali is there and age is there, that all getting printed here. So this is the keyword. This keyword is always refers to the current class object. That is point number 1. Okay. And now if you see, ChatGPT, some of the questions there is given a student class. Okay, it is given a car class. Car having a car is there, and we have defined two variables. And I want to set the values for the car. So that is the reason constructor what I said car is there. So I make the car, and this is related. What kind of values I'm passing? This I'm sending, and I use this keyword means current class is I'm passing the values, and this guy is like oh I created student class, student constructor, and I'm printing a display method, and the same way what I did, and after that I created a for this class I created an object here, and I am printing this is my object dot this method I used it, so that's way I'm able to print this content. Okay, and this is about car class, and this is about student class, this is having a roll number, and one more is a rectangular is there. Okay, and rectangular having a length and width, so I created a constructor. So these are the values, and for the rectangular you want to do the area calculation, and in this method I want to return something, that is the reason I have mentioned as int. Whatever you pass here is a 5 into 4 you passed, 4 in 5 into 4 how much it is there, it is calculated, it is written this method. Okay, and the next one is a person class. Person has a name, and same thing, if you do multiple practice and you will improve the skills, that is the reason I am giving a practice. You can see the question and you can practice them. If you feel this video is useful for you, like this video, comment, and also share this video with your friends so that they can also improve their skills, and also follow this complete series. Learn Java programs and develop yourself and help nation to grow.